The views expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent the views of this station or its management.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
And welcome back to another episode of Real People, Real Life here in a special episode in a nice little homey setting.
Yes.
With Rock and Robin.
Hello, Fossa.
And we got JB Wells.
JB Wells.
Okay, and today we brought JB Wells here on the show to share. We're going to pick her brain.
Yes.
She's going to share some insight and knowledge about herbs and natural healing.
My favorite topic.
Since it's your favorite
You
topic.
need to mention first, remember? None of us are doctors.
No, I'm not a doctor.
No,
I'm a
And we're
doctor.
not
herbalist,
certified
not an herbalist.
herbologist or nothing like that.
I am a certified doula.
Okay, well that works. And we could probably be certified on a few other things, but they probably not, things we should talk about here. So, let's go ahead.
A dualist?
A doula. D-O-U-L-A. It's a labor support professional.
Thought you were going somewhere else with that.
We have a lot of friends, I think all of us do, that we see every time that we turn around. I mean, they're fighting cancer, they're fighting this, they're fighting that,
And they're getting loaded up with handfuls and handfuls of medication.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because, big pharma has become a larger business than banking, than anything. It's ridiculous. And so we want to look towards more natural healing because, of course, introducing foreign things into your body, all these meds that are being prescribed, they cause problems that make them prescribe you other meds to take care of that problem. That causes a problem. And this is just
Before
this
you know it, you
perpetual
have
cycle.
20 pills that you're supposed to take, one to fight this fight and that fight, this fight and that fight. And it's really discouraging because I don't think that, doctors these days, no offense to doctors or whatever, I don't go to hospitals, I don't go to doctors. I have to have physically something that is
I'm bleeding to death.
Right, I don't even
And I
it was
can't
a
use
broken
super
bone.
glue.
You know what I mean?
I'm still going to fix it. I'm still going to fix it.
I would fix it.
Yeah.
So, duct tape. Anyway,
Duct tape and
a
hammers
good trauma
and
kit works. But
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know how important herbs are.
The nutrition. And
Exactly.
And that's what I don't understand. Nutrition was what for forever. That's what we
Thousands of years,
used.
yeah.
Yeah, thousands of years to heal and for remedies and all of this, and then boom, all of a sudden it's got to be a chemical pill.
No.
No. I love a lot of the things that you do, JB.
Yeah.
Okay. I love so many of the things that you do. What kind of got you started for one thing? Is
What
this
got me
something that?
started in herbs?
Yeah.
Okay,
never mind.
No, I've never done anything illegal.
Me either.
Me either.
The only thing I was allowed to have growing up was a peppermint tea patch.
Really?
And I was obsessed because the Bible said that the herbs, the plants were for our health benefits.
Right.
And so that got me started.
At what age? From being
13.
a little girl.
I had my first tea garden at I didn't get my first tea set until I was married. My husband bought me a tea set. And then my kids, I've had several people who sat there and said that they didn't know that different teas taste differently if you add different things like lemon, milk, just the health. I don't know if you know this, but when you add milk to a tea or coffee, it slows your digestion down, and so your body soaks up the nutrients more. So you see how guys sit there and they down 5 cups of coffee and it's not affecting them?
Right.
There's no milk in there.
Hello?
It doesn't slow down their process. And you see women, we drink less coffee
Right.
because
Lots of
we're drinking
creamer.
creamer.
Right.
And so our bodies slow down the process.
Absorbed all that caffeine.
And herbs, because that goes for the same thing with tea. My kids, when they had their potty training parties, they got little tea
I love
sets.
this. Okay.
This is my favorite tea set. I got it from Celestial Seasoning. It is no longer available, but it is so cute. It is a tea and a pitcher.
That is cool.
So that's the one surface.
I would love, though, for young parents out there to maybe take advantage of this and listen to this, because this is a way cool way of doing a lot of things, not just the potty training.
No, because I mean, for tea time, you sit down and you have a time when you're not yelling at your kids. You're not telling them to pick up their room. You're talking to them about normal things. You're teaching them how
Social
to use
behaviors.
social behaviors, how you pick up your spoons. And I'm sorry to say, but that is lost in our culture.
Absolutely.
Women used to get together and have tea time.
Correct.
The reason why cousins and mothers got together was because they could start socializing about allergies. Oh,
Right.
cousin so-and-so has this. Oh my God, so does my kid.
Yeah.
And families used to get together more.
Right.
Where they would discuss
All
situations
kinds
like
of
that.
things, yeah.
And so, you can talk to your kids about what they were doing and just have some just quiet.
Well, you know what's
civilized
lost too, I
time.
think family dinner is also lost.
Yes.
And that used to take place all the
Yes.
time. You'd sit for dinner, you'd talk about your day, you'd
Yes.
share your school experiences or whatever, and that's lost. People do not sit at a table and eat
No.
dinner, a planned meal anymore.
It used to be what was the highlight of your day? What was the
Yes.
good thing of your day? What was the not so good thing of the day?
Exactly,
Yeah,
you
and
gotta talk
used
about
to
it all.
talk about those things.
Yes.
Why was that good? Why was that bad? What could you do to make that better? What could you do to make what was bad not bad anymore? And there was that conversation time.
And there is not that face-to-face socializing, even in the house, even in the home now. I mean,
I love to sit there and research different cultures and their different tea times. And one of my favorite each family will actually add their own tradition.
Right.
Our tradition for our family is to read a poem or several poems and have the kids read poems
Love it.
before we sit down and actually drink tea and eat. Yeah, and then we'll have my favorite thing was the hostess would I can't remember if this was from England or which culture this was from, but they would honor a guest as the guardian of the teapot, which meant that they bestowed trust upon their guest. They
bestowed responsibility.
bestowed responsibility because God, that's their favorite teapot.
Right.
Their guests could just break it.
Yeah.
That was a huge honor for the guardian of the teapot. And I don't know if you guys know, I'm an author, and I got suckered into putting on my own Comic-Con. But we did that. We did the teapot and the tea time, and we had the guardian of the teapot, and it was just such a huge honor
Right.
to trust them.
Right.
And then the hostess can concentrate on filling plates and making sure everybody had sugar or
whatever.
honey or stevia or lemon or whatever.
Right.
Or keeping their plates full. While the guardian of the teapot will go around and make sure everybody's cups are full of tea.
I love that.
There's
Love
a
it.
place in Missouri that holds tea parties.
Oh, yes.
And it's almost like
I'm jealous.
It's like
I
how
wanna
that you
go.
can buy the parties at Chuck E. Cheese or here and there.
Yeah.
You buy a party there and you come in and they dress you.
Oh, my
You,
God.
yeah, you get to go into
Take
the back
me
and
with you.
it's a wonderful experience. We actually
We
interviewed
should
them,
go.
and yeah, it's a wonderful experience. And they hold sweet 16s and bachelor party, bridal showers, and stuff like that. Like they hold all these different events, and they teach you how you're supposed how you're supposed to sit, what's proper, what's not proper, what's proper tea conversation, what's not. Because I come up with a lot of not
Inappropriate.
proper tea conversation.
Or a separate conversation.
Maybe there just needs to be a special tea party for my kind of conversation.
Well,
not a bad
like
idea.
in our family, we
Inappropriate
did
tea.
the potty trained party, and I promised the girls that when they became a woman, that we would have, and that the only ones were invited were women who have gone through the process of becoming a woman.
Right.
And my son was jealous because I told him he couldn't have a tea set until he turned married. And so, yeah, I caved and gave him the rest of the tea set and the cups and the plates.
It's really weird how much focus you're putting on tea sets and how much they can bring in, activity-wise into the family. You start to think about it, you don't see little tea sets with little girls. That was one of my first, actual toys.
The
Was
toys.
I had a Holly Hobby
Mhm.
tea set. And, you don't think about it now. I don't...
That's because genders
You don't
aren't
play
allowed.
tea anymore. That's true.
I'm sorry. am I allowed to
Everything's
say
gender
that?
neutral.
Totally fine. Yeah.
Oh my God, my son, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to
Go
say
ahead.
that. My son was so devastated when somebody wouldn't come over for tea because in our family, the kids got to host, whoever hosted the tea party got to use their teapot.
Oh,
and he was so
right.
devastated because
It would be his turn to host.
It was his turn. He wanted to host, and it was his friends, and he wanted to
Share the experience.
to bestow love and respect and chivalry
Yeah.
on this person, and they treated him like crap because tea time isn't for men.
Well, actually, those guys were wrong because it's for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's for everybody. I have my most favorite tea set is from my dad's mom, who's obviously passed away now, my grandma, who, along with her 10 brothers and sisters, came here from Germany. And we were talking about some German books earlier. And it's my favorite tea set. It's in my china cabinet upstairs. In fact, we're in my house right now, guys. Yeah, it's in my china cabinet, upstairs. It will never leave that china cabinet though, because it's
Not even
just,
used.
I can't do it.
I was gonna bring one that my brother bought me from Japan so that we could have tea together, and I couldn't find it because I hid it from the kids.
I know, right? I think if you have those special favorite tea sets and the teapots and the cups,
Yeah.
Good luck.
Okay, I know that when we come back from a break we're going to take here in a second, that we're going to be talking about the things that we can put in those tea sets. But we're also going to talk about a lot of other different remedies.
Natural healing arts.
Yeah, and that's what this would be referenced as, like a natural healing art.
Yeah.
And okay.
Not just water infusion, but vinegar
No,
infusion.
it's my understanding there's a lot of alcohol sitting in
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay,
My
we'll
fans
talk
have-
about that.
We won't be going. Yeah, we'll have to get into
We'll
that.
cover all of that when
Yeah.
we come back.
That sounds good.
All right, we're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back in a second. Real people, real life.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Albero Cafe, like a vacation to Italy, with Wichita's best Italian dining. Open Monday to Saturday. Happy hour Monday to Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy our featured cocktails, lovely wines, and famous martinis. Albero Cafe.
Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Our goal is to make your next auto buying experience nice and easy. We specialize in getting you the best prices with the most reasonable down payments. Bad credit, no worries. We keep it hassle-free and no crazy gimmicks. You can even call and make your payments over the phone with your credit or debit cards. Keeping it nice and easy for you at Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Find us on Facebook.
Roll camera and sound.
Speed!
Speeding! Action!
When you look good, you feel amazing. Let 2NVMe help you. Straight, wavy curls, volume, our 100% virgin hair is the best in the world. The perfect professional business look, the perfect fun lady social look, the perfect beautiful night on the town. You can be all of those and more with real hair extensions from 2NVMe. 6160 East 21st Street North, Suite 220. Buy online with free shipping at 2NVMe.com. You deserve to feel fantastic.
Tune in every Monday at 7:30 a.m. for Real People, Real Life as we cover current events and local happenings. Real life issues with special guests and spotlight local business and politics. If it's in Kansas, we cover it. Real People, Real Life, Monday at 7:30 a.m. on MyTV Wichita.
Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, located at 6441 South Broadway, is your year-round growing headquarters. Every spring and fall, our greenhouses are full of the most beautiful flowers, trees, hanging baskets, and more, sure to add beauty for years to come. We are also a gardener's dream come true. From veggies to herbs, we have the best. Decorative planting pots and yard art, the most in one place. Smoking barbecue wood to wood for your indoor and outdoor fireplaces. Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, come grow with us. Find us on Facebook, open 7 days a week.
Credit King Auto Sales is Kansas's largest buy here, pay here dealer at the Kings Corner, 31st Street and Broadway. If you're a current or previous Credit King customer, or if you've purchased from another buy here, pay here lot in Wichita, this one's for you. Just show proof of your current or previous purchase and you can sign and drive away in the car, truck, SUV of your choice. New customers, old customers, this one's for you. Credit King's year-end sales blowout with our sign and drive going on now. Nobody does it better than the King. 31st Street South and Broadway. Go creditking.com. With approved application, taxes and fees due upon delivery.
Welcome back with Real People, Real Life here in a homey setting. Rock and Rob and myself here. Oh yeah, I forgot. In Wichita, Kansas.
America!
And once again, we still have JB Welds here with us.
Noted author.
And she brought a copy of her book with her today. We covered this once before, but The Tale Begins. It's a very interesting read. If you guys go to Amazon, you can find it. Barnes & Noble.
Libraries, bookstores.
You'll enjoy it. It gives you a different spin on mermaids. It's not mermaids.
No.
That's just
it's
a secret.
human electric cave catfish.
Yeah, so.
Love that.
Yeah,
Love
anyway, we're going to get in. We're going to continue to pick your brain here for a minute. Where do you want to start?
Well, like we were talking in the last episode about infusing herbs or plants with water.
Alcohol.
There's so yes, she
talking
is like
about
obsessed with my alcohol. I've seen a recipe for rosemary. This is rosemary plants from my own garden. People will actually just give Christmas presents like this to somebody like that for a gift, and they will just drink it just like that. But what you guys don't know is that the alcohol will pull the nutrients, the vitamins out.
So
and
two things happen here.
yes, let's not
You
just
can drink.
happy.
And make your body healthier.
Yes.
Right.
What are some of the benefits of rosemary?
There's a lot.
Yes, there's a lot. I'll have to admit that I know more about the benefits of, like, say, I made my own garlic oil. This is just olive oil with cloves of garlic.
Right.
And
That's a really good one.
some of the ones that you can, some of the benefits that you can use for that is your ears. And then also
Your
just
ears.
infections.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Somebody was
Infections.
asking me the other day about inner ear infections.
Yes.
The first thing I thought of course, was the sweet oil. Do you remember that? It's yeah.
not kosher.
I know, you're right. But this would be the absolute next thing.
That's what I use for my kids. I'm like, I don't know if we've done this. This
It's gonna smell like
episode.
garlic.
It'll keep the vampires
Look at
away.
your ear this close to your nose.
Oh my god. My husband's always complaining that I don't get the flea bites. I don't get the.
I don't get
mosquito
none
bites.
of those, but I put off a garlic
That's
scent
because
maybe.
of
I
that.
don't know.
Garlic.
Yes.
I eat lots of garlic.
Really?
I got sick and tired of buying the extracts from the store that are imitation and chemical, and you add what is that? Chemical colorings.
Right.
And so I've been experimenting with. This is my first year for coconut extract. I just put some coconut, just cut up a coconut
Yeah.
and stuck it in vodka. That's it.
That's what you
It's
use.
not
That's
science.
a food drink. That's
Yeah,
not-
but it's the benefits of that. Is
What's the
like,
benefits of coconut?
cancer and just bad pH levels and stuff.
Coconut?
Yes. And this
Oh, yeah.
is
What?
chocolate
What's it taste
mint.
like? Alcohol?
Did you know
Tastes
that
like
there's a ton of different kinds of mints? There's
Yes.
pineapple mint.
I have pineapple, I have chocolate, I have, I
this
have
is
so
the,
many.
the chocolate mint extract. I use the chocolate mint plant and put vodka with it.
Oh, no, that's
and
gonna
so
be
then
good.
that's got the vitamins
Right.
from the pH balancing stuff.
It's not working.
It's not working. It's not supposed to get you.
You don't
Oh, you're not. You don't puff it. Oh, okay. It smells delicious.
Let's see
What's
here.
in it with it? Alcohol?
Just alcohol and coconut. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, this
That's
is
the chocolate mint.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chocolate.
That's really good. Wait a minute. A plant grows and smells like chocolate and mint
Yes, it's in my backyard.
together at the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
And you put
This
that in
smells like
coffee. You put that in
Tea.
hot cocoa. You put that in tea. Pancakes.
Anything.
Muffins.
Yeah.
Cakes.
Yeah.
You can drink in the morning in your pancakes.
You can go and get, I have so many variety of mints in the backyard. And you can go out there and it's funny.
What are the
People-
main benefits of mint, though?
Oh, there's a ton.
Oh, there's a ton.
There's so many. Oh my God.
Okay, name me 3.
Oh, before I forget.
Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go. Mint.
The fruit, when you make fruit extracts with the alcohol, they only soak for like maybe a couple of days, or flowers like daylilies. They only soak for a couple of days or whatever. But when you get into your nuts,
Right.
the nuts take 6
Get into
weeks.
your nuts, Fossa.
Almond
can't.
nuts,
We're filming.
hazelnut. The coconut's kind of like a fruit, so
Right.
that wouldn't be the nut.
That's not a nut.
But the okay, when you
The
make
pecan.
Yeah, the pecan extract.
one.
When you make hazelnut extract, it's the only nut that you add a vanilla bean to it. All the other nuts, you just put the nuts in the vodka.
Right.
Or rum, or
rum.
whatever recipe you find. My husband's still mad at me for using the Jameson's for the vanilla extract, but my father-in-law told me to use the Jameson's. But no, now I'm stuck with the cheap vodka.
That's funny. You know, I don't think people understand. Even back when I know when I went to, I'm just holding up a couple of books here because, you know.
Yes.
I'm going to stop you for a second. I have a question.
Yes, my lady.
Did you just say that you extracted vanilla from vanilla bean?
Yes.
How? Where do you get vanilla bean? I don't recall an aisle at the store.
In Wichita, there's a couple of different places. I don't know if it's the Nut House. Is that what
Nifty
it
Nut
is?
House,
Nifty
and
Nut
then
House.
I think that one store there on Douglas Spice Market.
Yeah.
They may have
Is
some as well.
coffee considered a herb?
Yeah, it's a plant.
So
Coffee beans.
I'm hearing some
I've made
things.
coffee extract. I've made cocoa extracts.
I'm talking about putting it in a different end. Have you heard about that with coffee?
Are you talking about the suppositories?
Enemas.
And you have to
Oh,
be
well, yeah,
careful
coffee
with that.
enemas are very good
You
for
have
you.
to be careful.
They
with
are
that.
very good for you?
Yes.
But you have to be careful with it because different people react to different herbs and different
Very true.
plants very
Right,
differently,
right.
and you can actually go into like a caffeine overdose after that.
True. Very
You can
true.
screw
That's
up your
true. So you
liver.
do
It
have
just
to-
depends on how well your intestinal health
What are
is.
the benefits from that?
There's a lot of benefits from different types of enemas, period.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't think of anything good
Well,
coming out from
okay, you know what? Let's just talk about a very popular gentleman who cured cancer recently by using, right up
This
there.
is the action I'm concerned about.
I don't think that's ASL.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he wrote a book, but I know it's been all over the news. He was one of the members of the
He put something up there maybe?
Cheech and Chong days.
Oh.
He was, a lot of people, when people don't understand, we're sitting here talking about herbs that we literally can go get in our backyard. Don't laugh now, guys. These are herbs that we can go get in our backyard. Right now, mine for sure, I know. But in Colorado and or in California, Oregon, a few other states, there are other herbs that you can go get in your backyard and get, and you can also,
Stick it up there?
Yeah. Well,
I know that if you stick mint leaves in a woman's...
I haven't heard that one.
Listen,
I don't know that one either.
It can reduce cramping. It can reduce, fragrant, of course, but it reduces cramping. It's like eating rose petals. Do you know about that one?
Oh, yeah.
I know the rose petals can be for candy, for eating, for salads.
Yeah.
But
for hormones.
They're
Right.
used for menstrual cycles to ease the effects of it, okay, and stuff. And yeah, mint leaves for cramping. Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, a friend
You'll
of mine.
never stop learning.
A friend of
Never.
mine was like, chew it for a little bit.
Do I really want to hear this?
And I was like, did you do that? You got that right now? Yeah. But
we air this show.
I'm sorry.
In the morning.
In the morning.
So,
it's information
yeah.
though that you need to know. It really does work.
Hopefully you had your coffee beforehand so you can retain the knowledge and the information.
Right?
Well, anyway, so yeah.
Okay,
but a lot of
so-
people don't understand that when you're taking different herbs and different plants and you want to extract as much as you can from that plant,
Yeah.
a lot
Don't
of
you
times
muddle
there
it?
is an alcohol extraction
Yes.
that has to take place.
Yes.
So, for example, and I know that this is completely not legal here in Kansas, for example, but a lot of us have heard of Rick Simpson oil.
Uh-huh.
There's
Heard
a
of
lot of Phoenix Tears, Rick Simpson oil. There's been a lot of talk about this lately, and I am pretty sure there's going to be even more talk about it here, especially in the state of Kansas, due to some people that are fighting some lawsuits pertaining to this. When I was talking about Cheech and Chong, they were taking the Rick Simpson's oil, Phoenix Tears, and using it as a suppository.
Yeah.
And they were able to beat cancer. And a lot of times, more and more doctors in medical cannabis states are saying, don't just consume the RSO as in a capsule form that you swallow. Depending on where the cancer is located in the body, sometimes it is better to do it as a suppository. So,
Well, there's different herbs. I mean,
Right.
that you want to either smoke. I'm sorry to say.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about just marijuana. I'm talking about other herbs. Lobelia.
Right.
that's right.
Sage.
There's the one you were telling
yes.
us about. It actually
Yes,
cures
this was
your lungs.
amazing.
This is called the Herbal Smoking Blend from mountainroseherbs.com. And the reason why I got it in the first place was because I suffered from secondhand smoke just from going to a bar and dancing with my friends.
Right, right.
That's it.
Right.
Or from family that smoked. And so I researched smoking for 7 years before I actually found something. And this is what I found, and it helped me when I almost drowned. It helps me when I'm dealing with making my own soap, when you get the fumes up your nose and you just feel just awful.
Right.
And so, yeah, it gets rid of that. And then I found that it helps with some of the muscle tension. But my favorite thing is that it gets rid of the congestion at the last minute. And I've had people who quit smoking by using it.
I believe that. Yeah, I can
Because
see that.
you don't crave it like you
Right.
And then also we're talking about herbs. So if you're wanting to quit smoking, catnip tea.
Hello.
Catnip tea.
There you go.
Catnip tea.
Catnip tea. It makes different herbs make that not only do you infuse herbs with water or vinegar or alcohol to get different benefits, or you add it to something else, but it affects animals different than it affects us.
Right.
Garlic astragalus, kelp, can be used for immunization support for humans, goats, birds, cats, dogs. It gets rid of parasites and fleas and stuff, and it helps boost the immune system. But then catnip makes cats hyper.
Yeah.
It makes humans mellow.
Yep.
And it reduces tension. And so when you want to quit smoking, you want to take either catnip pills, catnip tea.
Can you smoke it?
I don't know about that. We'll have to.
I've
Well,
not
give
tried
me
that
a
one.
paper.
No.
I've not
We have
tried
to
that one.
research that first.
We'll have to try that one.
Look, it's toxic to smoke. I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
So another way to quit smoking that I have researched for friends is you want to increase your diet of oatmeal. Not
Oatmeal?
the quick oatmeal, not the quick oats, not the rolled ones, just the normal oats. And it decreases your desire for smoking. And then I purely suggest go to your local grocery store, grab a whole bunch of parsley.
Yeah.
And you stick it in hot water, you boil it for a while until it's steaming and boiling. You cool it down, you strain it out. You drink the tea with ice. If you have to add some kind of sweetener, do it. But what it does is it flushes the nicotine out of your system so that you don't crave it anymore.
Awesome.
And then you want to drink a whole bunch of water because that's a
diuretic.
Diuretic, yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we had this disclamer in this one, but we are not.
We're not doctors.
We're
On
not
that note, we're going to go
herbalists.
pay some bills. We'll be back with more information from the amazing JB. We'll be back. Real people, real life. Stay tuned.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Albero Cafe, like a vacation to Italy, with Wichita's best Italian dining. Open Monday to Saturday. Happy hour Monday to Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy our featured cocktails, lovely wines, and famous martinis. Albero Cafe.
Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Our goal is to make your next auto buying experience nice and easy. We specialize in getting you the best prices with the most reasonable down payments. Bad credit, no worries. We keep it hassle-free and no crazy gimmicks. You can even call and make your payments over the phone with your credit or debit cards. Keeping it nice and easy for you at Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Find us on Facebook.
When you look good, you feel amazing. Let 2NVMe help you. Straight, wavy curls, volume, our 100% virgin hair is the best in the world. The perfect professional business look, the perfect fun lady social look, the perfect beautiful night on the town. You can be all of those and more with real hair extensions from 2NVMe. 6160 East 21st Street North, Suite 220. Buy online with free shipping at 2NVMe.com. You deserve to feel fantastic.
Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, located at 6441 South Broadway, is your year-round growing headquarters. Every spring and fall, our greenhouses are full of the most beautiful flowers, trees, hanging baskets, and more, sure to add beauty for years to come. We are also a gardener's dream come true. From veggies to herbs, we have the best. Decorative planting pots and yard art, the most in one place. Smoking barbecue wood to wood for your indoor and outdoor fireplaces. Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, come grow with us. Find us on Facebook, open 7 days a week.
Roll camera and sound.
Speed!
Speeding. Action.
Credit King Auto Sales is Kansas's largest buy here, pay here dealer at the Kings Corner, 31st Street and Broadway. If you're a current or previous Credit King customer, or if you've purchased from another buy here, pay here lot in Wichita, this one's for you. Just show proof of your current or previous purchase and you can sign and drive away in the car, truck, SUV of your choice. New customers, old customers, this one's for you. Credit King's year-end sales blowout with our sign and drive going on now. Nobody does it better than the King. 31st Street South and Broadway. Go creditking.com. With approved application, taxes and fees due upon delivery.
Welcome back once again to Real People, Real Life with, of course, Princess Mufasa.
And Princess J.B. Wells.
And Princess J.B. Wells. Well, I know I don't have a princess name, but that's
You
okay.
could be Princess Birdie.
Oh, thanks.
Rockin' Robin.
Princess Rockin'.
Diddly.
That's all I ever heard growing up. And then it was always, so, I bet you have a red breast too. And I'd be like, not that I know of. Anyway.
The whole thing.
We're not going to go there.
Let's not talk boobs and politics.
I know. Thank you.
This isn't Facebook.
Exactly, right? God, all right, listen. I do want to say, though, again, none of us are doctors. We do not have MD behind our names.
I will take a look, though.
But I'm not a doctor.
Whatever.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I think in my case and in your case, you know, this has been things that we've studied, we've learned, you know,
In my
for
case,
reasons.
too,
In your
actually.
case, too. We've learned these things, and then we were like, oh my God, you know, this was so simple of a remedy for us, you know, in whatever particular situation we were dealing with. And then it just kind of spirals into, I want more knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, if I can stop a disease, if I can stop the progression of a wound, injury, or anything, really. I mean, if I can be better.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but nowadays the healthcare isn't what it used to be.
Correct.
And they're not caring. There's and I'm sorry, but our business is kind of booming because people are just feeling like nobody cares.
You're right.
You're not my monkey. You're not my circus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. So people need to.
Well, and also
Take time to
the medical field has become a profitable business.
Oh.
Like, I mean, it's not profitable for them to cure you.
Of course not.
And so
First thing in
in their defense, I mean, like an author, you know, I can't tell you how many times people say, "Well, it's your words in your book. Just give it to me for free." Well, if you get a book from me, I had to buy it from the publisher.
Right.
And then they've got printing expenses. So I can
Everything has a
understand in the medical field that it trickles down and you've got to pay bills. And then there's people that go bankrupt who don't pay their bills.
Right.
So I can understand some of that.
I'm talking about more of the incentives that the doctors are given to push certain things, even though they know that it's not been tested enough. They're basically creating guinea pigs out of the population.
Well, in some ways, when you do your own herbs for your own family,
You are guinea
you are
pigging it,
still
yeah.
doing guinea pigs.
You
Just
are
like
still
the doctors
your own.
are
But
still
those are
doing-
natural.
Yes, there's no
Herbs are
fillers
natural.
unless you buy it from certain companies who are cheating the label. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of.
I thought we weren't talking about boobs and politics. This
I
is
thought
on
we weren't either.
Facebook.
I know. Come on, let's not do
We are
that.
talking about boobs.
We are.
Yes, because I want to talk about the fact that the estrogen hormone is
Oh yes.
so
Yeah.
rampant.
it is in everything, and soy being a misconception. There's a misconception about soy out there. We want to clear it up.
Okay,
Go for it.
yes, I'm kind of well versed in the soy. Soy sauce is okay. it takes out it's another extract where it takes out the good stuff and leaves the bad stuff. Like over in Japan and China, they use it. The monks use it to stunt their libidos.
Right.
In America, if you're not wanting to stunt your libido, stay away from the soy that's whole soy, and not fermented. I'm sorry, there's at least 5 books out there where in every book by different authors it talks about the problem with soy. And America got greedy, and instead of sitting there and spending money to throw away the waste from the soy, they started packaging it and everything. And the problem with that is it's got that estrogen.
Yeah.
And that's what's too much estrogen is causing the cancers and stuff.
Right, and I think it's interesting too to note that it seems to me anyway that we're seeing children, well, women, female, that they're developing so much faster.
Oh yes,
and
younger. That's what scares me.
And my son was 3 when he was diagnosed with. Well, I'm sorry. Let's back up. He had a hypospadia, which is caused by too much soy.
Right.
And what do they encourage you to give him, the soy formula?
That's like giving a baby 5 birth control pills a day.
Thank you.
And you're taking a baby that has the same testosterone as a grown man, and you're making him into a woman.
Right.
And you're stunting that libido from when they're babies. Right. They're not born gay.
Right.
They were stunted because of their diet, which I'm sorry to say, go back to the Bible, go back to the Hebrew Bible, and know that plants are for your nutrition.
Any Bible, actually, if you go through that, they reference herbs, they reference them there as for you, for you to use.
For your benefit.
Yeah.
And I think something that a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, this is a lot to take in, and yeah, I can see where that can be true. But one of the biggest things, I think, in addition to the problems that we have with soy, is the problems that we have with sugar.
Oh, yes.
That's a big
If you do any research on sugar, it didn't even get passed by the FDA until they pulled people out, until they could put the right people that they could fill pockets on to get it passed. That's how bad sugar is for you.
Well,
we don't
doesn't
have
it
sugar.
give you the same high as the Facebook and the
it's actually more addictive than even cocaine. They've done testing with laboratory rats, and sugar surpasses everything.
The happy hormones that it can get from
endorphins.
Sugar.
Yep.
And instead, what we
it's a hard one.
One of the things,
that one is very addictive.
Yeah, my husband.
They even put it in meat now.
I know. Oh, they do. Oh, you have no idea.
What?
Yes,
They put it in meat.
They do. There is fast
Read
food
your
out there, and
labels.
I'm not going to name them.
But they don't put everything on labels that they're supposed to put.
Even in the processed hamburger that you're buying, read it.
And the dyes that they add.
They use new
bloody.
names for a lot of that stuff.
To make it look bloody.
I'm sorry.
That is actually slime.
Right. There
If you've
are
ever
some
been to a
fast
processing
food
plant.
restaurants out there, and the studies have been done, and I cannot name their names because I really don't want a lawsuit. But I promise you, if you eat certain fast foods on a regular basis, and I know my husband knows exactly which one I'm mostly talking about. If you eat that fast food on a regular basis, and then you do like I did, and you said add no more, you have the worst craving for sugar, any way you can get it.
Yeah.
And cancer lives. I mean, if you think of cancer as something that needs something to survive, that needs something to
That's
grow,
a parasite.
the number one thing
Is
it
sugar.
needs is sugar.
Yep.
So, for example, when I first met my husband, he was having a Diet Coke every morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, out of here. There's no pop in my home.
Yeah, there's no
It's
pop
not
in my
ours.
home.
It's
My
a
son
treat.
won't ask for pop from me. He'll go to other people's house. If he sees it in the fridge, he'll try and be slick about it, but he knows you are not getting pop
My
from me.
kids ask me when they go to other people's houses to see if they can have it from other people's
Yeah.
houses.
And then we have this annual thing, I mean, I can't get this, I still can't fathom this. If you've got into a position like I have, where you know that one of the biggest things that feeds cancer, and cancer grows on sugar, and it gets so much stronger, and it just keeps growing throughout your body, and you have to make yourself physically stop all forms
very
of
difficult.
sugar.
Yes.
It is difficult. And so I use honey, for example,
That's a
instead
very
of
good one.
anything else. Occasionally I might do some brown sugar, just occasionally.
Believe it or not, lemon is actually sweet.
And lemon is good. And of course, a lot of my fruits, and a lot of my fruit
Raspberries.
extracts. Okay, and a lot of the berries and fruits and stuff like that. So I'm cool with all that. but here we are, where we have in America we have 3 holidays, for example. One coming, we have Halloween annually,
and that's all candy.
And what it didn't used to be. It
used to be apples.
No. It used to, and it was outlawed in America up until like the last 50, 70 years.
Right. You couldn't hand out candy.
And it was
just wasn't
a different
heard of.
holiday.
It was a completely different holiday. It had nothing to do with giving out sugar. And then you look at, and then we get into Thanksgiving, and there's
that's
all
all about pies
and all this.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but even ancient festivals had to revolve around food.
Everything.
But here's the interesting thing: sugar is yeast. When your body's is overrun with yeast is when the cancer starts spreading. And here's the interesting thing. Passover was one of the weeks of the year where you gave up yeast.
Exactly.
And so you did a yeast cleanse once a year. But people have gotten out of that habit of doing a yeast cleanse.
Right.
And getting rid of the sugars in their bodies.
Right.
And it's just 24/7. And people forgot what green is.
I think that's the biggest thing. I mean,
green.
People aren't self-reliant anymore, so they can't grow their own foods anymore. They don't know how. I mean, they went and they did a study on these high school kids on how many knew how to plant a seed, how many sew a button, how many to change a tire, just self-reliant things.
It was scary.
Yeah, it was really scary. And what really concerns me is the reason why we have insight into this herbal thing is because our parents still practice this. The parents of the generation now do not practice this. They're not passing it on.
No, great grandparent, us women, modern women, do not have what it takes to make a full household, to manage a household like the women
back
several
in the day, 2 generations ago.
Or they cooked, they cleaned, they knew the right herbs.
They grew their own foods. They sewed their own clothes.
Yeah.
They knew how to run business.
Yeah. They ran the farm.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. When the husband was out in the fields, it was the mothers, it was the wives.
Took care of the animals.
My family made it through the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, if we didn't hunt it, my mom and my grandma were some of the best shots. I mean, holy moly, we ate a lot of rabbit. We ate a lot of rabbit, and we ate a lot of things out of out of our gardens. Our eggs, our milk, our dairy was right there on the farm.
And when I grew up, the shooting was a man thing. It wasn't women weren't allowed to shoot.
Back in the day, it was women too.
And I got into a position where the cops would sit there and tell me, "Oh, you got a rabid skunk? Take care of it yourself. Go call your neighbor." And so women nowadays have had to learn. Try to rebuild those skills that have been lost. And we're relying on internet and books and technology to sit there and try to teach us what we are not learning.
We got a lot to learn, and we got to take a quick break.
We do.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't ever be sorry, honey. We love you. We'll bring it right back.
Yeah, we'll bring it right back, you guys. Real people, real life. More to come. Stay tuned.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Albero Cafe, like a vacation to Italy, with Wichita's best Italian dining. Open Monday to Saturday. Happy hour Monday to Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy our featured cocktails, lovely wines, and famous martinis. Albero Cafe.
Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Our goal is to make your next auto buying experience nice and easy. We specialize in getting you the best prices with the most reasonable down payments. Bad credit, no worries. We keep it hassle-free and no crazy gimmicks. You can even call and make your payments over the phone with your credit or debit cards. Keeping it nice and easy for you at Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Find us on Facebook.
Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, located at 6441 South Broadway, is your year-round growing headquarters. Every spring and fall, our greenhouses are full of the most beautiful flowers, trees, hanging baskets, and more, sure to add beauty for years to come. We are also a gardener's dream come true. From veggies to herbs, we have the best. Decorative planting pots and yard art, the most in one place. Smoking barbecue wood to wood for your indoor and outdoor fireplaces. Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, come grow with us. Find us on Facebook, open 7 days a week.
Credit King Auto Sales is Kansas's largest buy here, pay here dealer at the Kings Corner, 31st Street and Broadway. If you're a current or previous Credit King customer, or if you've purchased from another buy here, pay here lot in Wichita, this one's for you. Just show proof of your current or previous purchase and you can sign and drive away in the car, truck, SUV of your choice. New customers, old customers, this one's for you. Credit King's year-end sales blowout with our sign and drive going on now. Nobody does it better than the King. 31st Street South and Broadway, go creditking.com. With approved application, taxes and fees due upon delivery.
Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas,
America!
All right, and we're still talking about our natural healing opportunities here, and I needed to do this real quick. Gross, sorry. Okay, so what do we have here, kids? And it's the organic. It's
That
not
is
going to hurt
coconut.
you. Yes, this is your organic virgin coconut oil. Okay, so yes, you can take a teaspoon, tablespoon, eat this.
Or put it in your hair.
Oh, perfect.
You can use it for everything. It's good in hair products, skin products.
And I want you to understand, even though I did just put this one out, please understand that this is in the organic. You don't keep it in your refrigerator. You do need to kind of keep it at a room temperature, but be careful because it does get moldy, and that's why I just went yuck real quick. Move that part out. You're still going to be fine. It's not going to kill you. All right. So very, very important right here. A lot of uses.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
One of the major ones. Cancer.
Yes,
correct.
Absolutely.
Right.
It helps my son's chemo brain.
Yep. And another one. We get into acidic levels in the body.
Yep.
I don't think you could go into too many people's homes and you would find a box of baking soda
you
that
should
has a
see
spoon in it.
My stash.
You don't even
of
find baking soda in the refrigerators of people's houses anymore. That's something that also has not been passed along. You know, this keeps your refrigerator fresh.
It never makes
I don't care about my refrigerator
in
fresh.
my house, I never makes it to the refrigerator.
Mine doesn't make it to the
always see one
refrigerator.
in the fridge. Anyway.
Okay, no.
Baking.
You eat that? You're going to eat that in front of me?
Well, you can add it to water, and it's just like taking a Pepto-Bismol. Yeah.
No.
Okay, take that and a tablespoon of organic honey.
Tums, too.
And a tablespoon of cinnamon.
For what?
To get your acidic levels.
Say it
in
again.
check.
Some baking soda.
Baking
So,
soda.
Tablespoon baking soda, tablespoon cinnamon, and a tablespoon of organic honey.
And then you also keep baking soda around for wasp stings.
Correct.
But we actually turned to bentonite clay before we even turned to that because it's also used for poisonous snake bites and spider bites. So I don't really use the baking soda for wasp stings.
Baking soda and vinegar actually neutralizes jellyfish stings too. So.
Well, and again, I did have to tell somebody this earlier. Okay, don't forget this part because I don't want to freak anybody out. If you're going to consume, and we're going to be talking to a cancer patient from the East Coast here in a little bit off camera to help somebody that we don't know much.
Yes.
But even Duke University had told her the same thing that I had found out was to take the tablespoon of baking soda, ground cinnamon, real cinnamon, not store-bought, and God knows what's really in that thing, and then organic honey. A tablespoon of all three things in the morning.
Make a paste.
Make a paste. Yum, yum, yum. Now, if you want to do apple cider vinegar, please wait 4 or 5 hours before you do this.
Why?
Yes.
Okay. Why? I'll show you in a minute, and I'll show you
Because
off camera.
vinegar and soda grows.
I will show you off camera. If you have a sink that you would like to clean
Yes.
your
I
sink,
put vinegar and baking soda together.
you put your baking soda and some
'Cause it
vinegar,
cleans.
and it'll foam up.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
and
great
it will
for your-
clean your pipes.
Yep.
I mean, it's that strong.
And then if you take white
And I
vinegar,
don't really think you want to
I'm
like
sorry.
clean your organs
No,
that strong.
No,
Okay,
not that fast.
no way, no.
Ooh,
no.
I bet that's
You
violent.
add lemon peels from
Right.
your kitchen and you put it in vinegar, and that works great for a cleaner. And then you just take the baking soda and you use that for the sinks. And now I found that orange peels with the white vinegar works great on wood.
Really? No, I've not tried that.
That's like
I'll try
orange
that.
oil. Like that's what
basically,
I'll
yeah.
have to try that one then.
Because we're talking about this.
Here we go.
Here's the
Here we go.
This, when you go out and you buy Fire Tonic or different tonics and stuff, it's like 30, 40, 50, $100 per
Easily.
bottle.
Easily.
And I did buy one just to see what I could, what it tasted like before I made my own. But I added a whole bunch of just different dry herbs to apple cider vinegar, and then I left it in a dark place for
Right.
about 6 weeks. I think it was actually longer than 6 weeks.
Wow.
But we strained it out, and then we added water and apple juice, and it's just like taking a multivitamin. And in fact, it's better
Right.
than taking a multivitamin because this actually passes through your digestive system instead of landing in the
filtered out.
sewer.
Yep.
Right, right.
So-
And that is very good because I did have a little sip.
It
of that, and
actually,
it's
to me,
very good.
I have not gotten brave enough to taste it, but
No, you
it
didn't,
smells.
did
And
you?
now it's
No,
on camera.
It smells. I ain't gonna do it.
Oh.
But listen, it smells just like pickle juice, and I love pickle juice, so I kind of want to taste it.
Taste it.
It gets addicted because your body craves
I
the
don't need any more
nutrients.
addictions. No, I'm just kidding. Swap this one for sugar.
Yeah, because that would be healthier than
See, that
sugar.
tastes just like pickle juice to me, and I love pickle juice.
This is
I put it
actually
with
very good.
avocado and make a dip out of it.
Now I keep that in the fridge too, just like you.
I'm trying to remember what all you put in this.
That's really good.
I
It's
put
vinegar, apple
the
vinegar.
apple cider vinegar, and then I added alfalfa. I added I lost track of all the things I added, but there's like garlic and onions and red pepper and
Man, that's good.
all the different kinds of
tastes
things
really
that help you. You get the vitamins for doing the right pH balance,
Right.
and then what you need just for your like vitamin K and vitamin A and vitamin. You know, just
Don't you think that it would be good though? I mean, if somebody, has been diagnosed with cancer, I think if it were me, the first thing I would ask for in my blood work would be alkaline.
Absolutely, because
And I
that's the
don't
major
think-
factor.
I
even
don't
those
think that
blood
they do
tests
that.
aren't completely accurate
Correct.
because there's so many times that I've been hospitalized for magnesium deficiency, and that's because of my son's chemo and my breastfeeding more than I wanted to, and I got to the point where I recognized the symptoms.
Right.
And then I got to the point where I was like, okay, my body's going through another magnesium withdrawal, so to say.
Right.
And I would go do a test, and their test wouldn't show that I was having problems with magnesium. But I'd start doing magnesium pills, and my symptoms were gone. So those tests aren't always accurate.
You're right.
I mean, there was a time when I was suffering from from head to toe candida and the entire body.
Holy moly.
And their test couldn't prove
What is
it.
that?
It's basically a huge yeast infection in your entire body from head to toe, in your blood, in your muscles. And I started doing the herbs to help to get rid of the candida and do the cleanse. And it got rid of it. So sometimes with herbs, just like with medicines,
Right.
you just gotta find out what works.
Right, right. But I'll tell you what, I would much rather, start here.
Yes.
Seriously. I mean, to me, everything that I've been through in my life, they had diagnosed me with metal poisoning. And we just had somebody in the house here. We have a pretty open door policy here, and a lot of times we'll not just shoot shows here for TV, but we'll do radio shows, or we'll have different things going on here. And recently, a young lady was passing through on her way, and needed a place to stay for a bit. And so we were like, yeah, sure. And the next day, she comes in and she goes, I don't know what I did. And I mean, she showed me under her arm here, and she said though, she had just showered, shaved her arms, and put deodorant on. And I'm like, oh boy, have I been here. Excuse me. A lot of people don't know how much aluminum
Is in your deodorant.
is in
Yes.
your deodorant.
Yes.
Excuse me. I had poisoning, metal poisoning. My doctor thinks, okay, first of all, get a different deodorant, and I'm like, oh, hello.
But you
This
still
works.
gotta do the cleansing too.
You have to. You
Sorry.
have to. He tried putting me on antibiotics for 2 years and left me on them.
But the antibiotic
Didn't work.
The
See, that's something
antibiotics
else.
kills the acidophilus, the good bacteria.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I guess we'll back up. The first thing that got me started on natural care was Heidi, the book of Heidi.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because she went into the mountains and her diet was cheese and yogurt and milk. And
Right.
what that does to the body is get the acidophilus back into the system, the bifidophilus, and then the alkaline. And I don't know if you know this, but when you take a milk and put it through pasteurization process, it changes the size of the protein,
Right.
and it changes the pH level.
Right.
So cheese is acidic. because it's gone through the heating process.
Right.
But fresh milk isn't.
Right.
And when you kill off the good bacteria and the bacteria, you're not putting that good bacteria back into your bodies.
Right, exactly.
I mean, even birds have to have that. I've got a farm, sorry. Birds have to have acidophilus. Dogs, cats, acidophilus is good bacteria for your guts.
Right.
What you have...
I'm going to hold this up because this is how you can get all this into your body without tasting it.
Well, yes. This is from my home. It is a pill packer. You don't want to do the single. What I have here is the, oh my God, it's loose. This is a 00 vegetarian pill capsule. And you just take the cap off and you stick it in here and it makes pills.
And you can pack them full of these herbs that you need for your body but might not taste like what you're used to.
And then my daughter, she had to have red raspberry, and I'm not a fan of the way that red raspberry tastes, and she wasn't either, but you had to soak it in alcohol to get into her system faster, because a little kid's not going to sit there and suck on it. And this just takes one drop under the tongue, and her hormone problems was gone.
Hormone problems. Let's talk about that. Let's just pick this right back up. Red raspberry. We have a lot of children. Autism is rampant. Sensory issues, things like this. Hormones are out of control with all the animals being given hormones and passing it through to the meat. This actually can control hormone urges and stuff like that. Like it helps, right?
Yes, I mean, and different people have different reactions.
Right, we're not a doctor.
My children can use red raspberry, the boys and the girls, to help their hormone problems. I have to have Dominia and Don Quai. Right. Dominia, it might be used a lot for hormones, but it's also used for sleep apnea. Oh my God, it got rid of my husband's snoring.
Yes, yes.
Oh, we can't have that.
Right? You know what? We got to tell everybody how to get a hold of us.
Yeah, that's
we're running out of
definitely.
time. Okay, sweetheart, JB.
Yes, my Facebook page is facebook.com/JAE.BYRD.WELLS. My website is what-the-hecc.com. And no, I'm not going to go to hell for saying what the heck.
You're right.
No, and if somebody has information, or if they need information, don't contact her because she's not a doctor.
No,
so she can't tell you what to do.
She'll speak from her personal
But she
experience.
can give you personal
She's
experience.
not going to diagnose you. She's not going to prescribe you.
Neither am I, and neither is Robin.
am I.
It all goes back to personal responsibility.
Right, but we will tell you that you can go and you can research this. It does take some legwork to find out what each individual herb does, its benefits, how you can make combinations to have different benefits. All that can be researched online to go through it right now in order to try and tell you how to start. You know, I mean, just basically put in any like herbs and then start there, okay?
Another thing, too, is just to start a simple Google search with whatever you have been diagnosed with.
Right.
So let's say you're diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
Then I would diagnose natural healing options for
or herbs for
or herbs for
or vitamins
natural
for,
or vitamins. Yeah. We don't have near enough time to get into this. If you need to get a hold of myself, Robin, or Lace, or
Princess Mufasa or Michelle Farner, you can go to Real People Real Life
on Facebook
or baconrock.com.
And
JB Wells, J Bird Wells.
And she needs to get off of the 2,111.
Yes.
Okay, so we need more likes. Go to J Bird Wells.
Okay.
Anyway, real quick, I want to ask one last question.
Yes, ma'am.
Does any of this stuff help with constipation or the fiber aspect of a diet or anything like that?
My tea I made. It's got peppermint tea, catnip, yarrow, rosemary, fennel, anise, a dandelion.
That'll do it.
And that helps keep you regular, keeps your body going?
It's helped my IBS and it helps lots of things.
I'm going to have to get that recipe from you. Do you think we could share this recipe?
Oh, yes.
We'll share this on Real People Real Life page. Go look for it. Try it yourself. If you have any of those elements we've described, this could possibly help. We don't know. We're not a doctor. So, anyway, I think that's it for us here this week at Real People Real Life. You guys see you next week. Bye, Mom. Bye, Julius.
Love you.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.